Hi, my name is Sophia Devon, and I'm a tour guide here at Harvey Mudd. I'm a computer science major and a classics concentration. And right now we're here in the HSA department. HSAs at Mudd stand for the Humanities, Social Sciences, and the Arts, and they correspond to about a third of the classes that you're going to take here at Mudd. So part of the core curriculum at Harvey Mudd, you're going to take 2 HSA classes. In your fall semester, you'll take Writ 1, where in the entire semester you're working on writing a single essay, and the focus is to teach you clarity, elegance, and just general communication skills. And something really cool about that class is it's not only taught by HSA profs here at Mudd, but also taught by STEM profs, and the point is to really emphasize the fact that communication is important regardless of the field that you're in. Even though you might not be majoring in English, you still need to be able to communicate a good proof, a good report, just to communicate with other STEM people and other non-STEM people across the world. So the other class that you'll take as part of core at Harvey Mudd is HSA 10, and during that class you focus on developing the research-based skills required in an HSA class. And one of the results of that class is you'll have a pretty large research paper that hopefully you'll be proud of, but also you'll be working with an HSA prof at Harvey Mudd who then becomes your HSA advisor. So the HSA advisor is supposed to help you navigate those requirements for the HSA portion of your classes, and what that corresponds to is about 5 breadth classes, which is supposed to teach you about the impact of your work on society by focusing on getting a broad introduction to a bunch of different HSA fields. And then you also have your concentration, which is when you take 4 classes in one specific field, hopefully to get a more focused appreciation for that field. And so at Harvey Mudd, you're required to do both these breadth and concentration requirements, and your HSA advisor will help you get through that, no problem. Something else that's super cool about Harvey Mudd is that we are a liberal arts STEM school, and as a result, we have our very own HSA department. So we have the physics department, chemistry department, so on and so forth, but also this HSA department. And something that's really cool about that is that we have this broad array of professors with a bunch of different research interests. Like we have religious studies, psychology, econ, geography, English, languages. It really is a pretty broad selection of professors, but they all are under the same department, this HSA department. And something that I think is really cool about that is that you'll be able to take classes that you might not be able to take at other schools, because instead of being a psychology professor, part of a psychology department, where maybe a third of the classes that you're teaching are intro to psychology or intermediate psychology or something like that, instead they can pretty much offer whatever they want that appeals to their interests. So 2 of the classes that I've taken at Harvey Mudd that I think are particularly interesting are the psychology of human genocide, which is absolutely fascinating, and geography of education, which is also really cool. And so I don't think that I'd necessarily find that opportunity to take those classes at other schools without having to take the introductory classes before I get there. These classes are geared for these Harvey Mudd students to take these classes, which I think is super fun. Something else that's cool about the HSA department is that we do have a couple study spaces that people like to work in. We're going to approach my favorite one, my secret spot on campus, but you can't tell anyone, which I like to call the banana room, just because out front here we have these fun chairs and then a banana, which, I mean, what more could you ask for in a study space? And then inside this workroom, the lights aren't on, you have the same banana, but inverted in all of the possible ways. And I just love it so much. So just to recap, the HSA department offers a lot of resources for students at Harvey Mudd. So you can take some HSA classes at Harvey Mudd, have HSA advisors at Harvey Mudd, also take some really interesting classes. They also offer these great study spaces, and the professors are always super willing to talk to Harvey Mudd students and help them with their studies. So with that, we'll see you next week.